grind is out to see the song. We'll be making these tunes until the weed is gone. We sonic boom, keep the metaphor going. From the farm to the lab, but you already know it. Another season from the seed to the bong. It's a never-ending cycle, so we never stop growing. Check the style, y'all, I've never been a clone. Cali dad, I got a style on my own. I live in the forest, no shortage on trees. Got a jar in every drawer full of foliage. OG, cooling with my homies on a Saturday. Up in the studio, no matter what the forecast. Gotta let the angels out, don't listen to iconoclast. Put on the boombox.
After the Miami Dolphins have fired their head coach, Mike McDonald, it looks like they'll be looking for somebody to replace him. And they have given a call to our defensive coordinator, Kelvin Sheppard. Now, Kelvin Sheppard has only been a defensive coordinator for one season, so I don't know if he really qualifies in the eyes of many people to be a head coach right away. But, hey, you never know, man. The dude is young, and he's one of those guys that can motivate the players and also discipline the players at the same time. And he's one of those guys that a lot of players respect. Kelvin Sheppard, a lot of people respect that dude in the locker room. And definitely he has a lot of respect from Dan Campbell, because Dan Campbell picked him to be the defensive coordinator right after Aaron Glenn departed for the New York Jets. But according to several national reports, the Miami Dolphins have reached out to the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator, Kelvin Sheppard, to request an interview for their head coaching position. Now, we don't know whether or not he's going to get the job or not, but it could be a Rooney Rule type of thing going on with him, just being able to get a minority over there to interview as well. I don't really know if he has the qualification of what the Miami Dolphins are looking for, but you just never know what a team is looking for. They could be looking for a young guy to be able to groom, to have him as their head coach, because Mike McDonald is a younger coach. I think he's only like 42 years old, and Sheppard, I think, is like, 38 or something like that. So Sheppard is just 1 year in his role as a defensive coordinator with the Detroit Lions, taking over from Aaron Glenn in 2024, while the Lions defense regressed in several statistics this past year, most notably giving up 24.3 points per game after they allowed just only 20.1 last year. Sheppard has remained in the good graces of his players and the coaching staff. Sheppard has great command of the room, is a very charismatic personality in the locker room as well, and is part of the reason he's been a great culture fit in Detroit. So some have questioned whether Sheppard deserves a second season as the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator, because some feel like we should have a coordinator that has more experience, because this Detroit Lions team have a lot of veterans on the team, and you probably will want somebody that has a little bit more experience to get them to the ultimate destination, and that's getting to a Super Bowl. But even though the defense regressed a little bit, you kind of can knock it to injuries. A lot of the injuries for the last two seasons is the reason why the Detroit Lions have very, very much struggled on defense. Dan Campbell, definitely, man, I don't know what he's going to do with the defensive coordinator position. I don't think that he's looking to get rid of Kelvin Sheppard. I think he would allow Kelvin Sheppard to get a second chance. But at the same time, you just never know what's going to happen. But Kelvin Sheppard is one of those dudes, man, that, hey, if he gets the job at Miami, man, we wish him the best. And, you just never know what's going to happen. You just never know what's going to happen in a situation. But the Lions may be just looking for a guy that has more experience as well. So I like Shep personally. Shep has really grown this year, and I know that's something that Dan Campbell has said a lot about him, that he's really grown as a coach and as a competitor, period, a competitive coach, period. I think with him being, a first-time coordinator and a first-time coach, you're going to go through a lot. You're going to go through the ups and downs of the NFL season, and that comes with injuries. You learn a lot along the way, and you make adjustments. You find the things that you believe in, and you nail those things down. And then the things that you need to work on, you work on those things. You throw out other things to the side that don't fit you. You find ways to adjust, and you also find ways to have success. And whatever you are consistently to have success in, you continue to keep doing those things. I think that Shep has done for what he's been given. He's done a great job with the Detroit Lions, and I would love to see him get another opportunity, even if it's not with the Lions. But I definitely think that Dan Campbell will bring him back if the Miami Dolphins doesn't sign him as their head coach, or he may get an opportunity somewhere else. I don't know. But there's always going to be things that you have to learn from when you're doing the job. Whether you're the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, head coach, you have to be able to make the adjustments. And that's one thing that I believe that Kelvin Sheppard has learned by sitting under Aaron Glenn and sitting under Dan Campbell for these past few years, is that he's learned how to deal with winning. He's learned how to deal with when you're not winning, learning how to deal with injuries when guys are not available for you and things of that nature. But we'll see, man, if the Miami Dolphins are really going to sign Kelvin Sheppard as their head coach. Leave it in the comment section. Do you think that Kelvin Sheppard will be the new coach of the Miami Dolphins? All right, guys, this is Raw Detroit signing off. I'll be back to you soon. Peace.